guys, welcome back to my channel. Halloween. It's that time of year. People requested it, so I thought I would give you like a simple one because I know some people are planning on being idols for Halloween. So I figure I could, show you a simple look, as even though like all my fucking looks are the same. But this time we're going to be using all drugstore products, save for like one. But that was my fault. Yeah, I'm gonna get started. Now this one is not actually drugstore. This is just something that I got in my Inspire Me Korea box. You don't need this as part of the look, but I wanted to be fucking extra. Ujong is in the back because he just came back from working out. Hi Ujong.
Hello.
He's working out with like bottles of water. While I'm letting that dry, whatever, I'm gonna be going with foundation. The only drugstore foundation I ever recommend to anyone when they do ask me for like US drugstore makeup is the Revlon Color Stay foundation. I've used this for years and years because you can count it. You put it on, it don't come off until you want it to come off. I got this in the dry formulation. The oily skin one is perfectly fine because both of the formulas are fantastic, but it is slightly colder now, so I'm using the dry skin one. I have it in 150 buff, but I feel like it's like I'm like between 150 and 200. There's not really a yellow enough shade. This is a slightly yellow shade, but it's too pale, so I'm gonna mix in some Infallible Pro Matte from L'Oreal. Now the L'Oreal foundation is super yellow, so almost orangey. So I think mixing in not only deepen it a little bit, but also add that yellow undertone to it. It's so hard to do this with rings. I don't know how y'all with like acrylics and shit do this. And then I'm gonna use my beauty blender to blend it in. Next, to highlight kind of like the center of my face and to like brighten my complexion, I'm gonna use this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Now I know y'all know what this is. I heard it's a dupe for the NARS concealer. To set my under eyes so that I don't get that creasage, because you know this girl likes to crease, I'm going to use the e.l.f. under eye setting powder. Now you don't need to use, oh my fucking, this shit spill everywhere. Now you can, oh my, I feel like these days with idols it's either one or the other. You can go really dewy, natural, whatever. So this foundation in particular, I don't think you really need to set at all because it's pretty, like not matte, but like it's just demi matte like all day. But if you want more of like that matte, really smooth finish, then using an HD powder will give you that look. To make sure the lines are really padded out so that when I put the powder on, I don't set like the creased lines. So whisk off. I brush off the excess. Even put some on my lids. That'll help the eyeshadow later. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Fix Setting Perfecting Loose Powder. It's just an HD powder. And I'm going to use a velour puff so I can really push it into the skin. And then I'm going to use this little kabuki brush to buff in the powder so that it's not, sitting on top of the skin or anything. If you're wondering where I got my necklaces, I got them all from this side road shop in Korea. It's like near my house, so I don't think I can like link it or anything. And then the choker is from Style Nanda. Now I didn't get anything for contouring from the drugstore, so I'm just going to use the one that I normally use. I can't take the drugstore seriously when it comes to contouring products. There's just nothing really good other than like maybe NYX. I can't get any of that stuff here in Korea. There you go. Instant surgery. Because we're gonna be an eyeliner, am I right? For my brows, I'm gonna fill them in using the NYX eyebrow gel. Y'all hear that? This fucking eyebrow gel's coming for me, y'all. Alright, let's just ignore this brow for now. Let's just ignore it. They're sisters, they're not twins. So for the eyes, the thing that will set the whole look, I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. So all the colors I'm using, other than the eyeliners, are from the Maybelline Color Tattoo Concentrated Crayon collection. There's a really easy, the shape makes it easy to apply. You can just blend everything with your fingers. And as soon as they said, bitch, they said. Oh. Except the caps. I'm starting off with this kind of bronzy taupe. I'm just going to apply this all over the mobile lid. You want to make sure that when your eyes are open, it doesn't go above your crease. I really like this color because depending on how you turn your head, it gives off different colors. And then you kind of want to extend it past your natural eye shape to kind of elongate. And then blend the edge with your finger. Pat the rest in. Next I'm going to take this deeper shade in kind of like a bronzy copper color, and I'm going to put that on the outer corners. Still kind of following the same shape that we created earlier over here. And then blending it before it has time to set. Because like I mentioned, once they're set, they don't really budge. Which is good, especially if you're gonna wear this, not just Halloween, but, you know, day-to-day basis. And also, if you want, you can apply it on the inner corner, not the inner corner, but the inner part of the upper eyelid. And this will create a sort of like more rounded eyelid. Next, I'm gonna take this bright beige shade, and I'm gonna apply that on the inner corner here. This will help, of course, brighten up the inner corner and bring light to the eyes. Even add some on the center here, just a little bit, and pat it out. And then a little bit on the aiguisar, but not too much because you don't want it to register as like a shimmery, you know, shimmery aiguisar, unless that's the look you're going for. You just want to kind of highlight this area. Or if you have a separate highlighter that you used for your face, you can put that here. I'm just using this one because it's long wearing already. And going back to that first shade that we used, I'm going to apply it to under that to accentuate the aiguisar. I've said this before, I feel like it's a kind of old technique that not many people do lately, but I feel like it just adds a bit of idolishness to it. I'm sorry if I sound like exhausted. It's because I am. I just woke up from a nap earlier. Now for liner. I'm not doing anything special. It's just the liner that I always do. I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Drama eyeliner. I really like this because I swear, once you put it on, that shit is not coming off. Even with like regular eye makeup remover, I find that it's a little bit difficult to remove. Which, for me, I prefer because I'd rather not deal with it smudging throughout the day. But if you're worried about that, then that's something to keep in mind. To make it a little bit easier to create my, I just make like a really short wing like I usually do, just extending the eye shape. What I do is I kind of rub it on the back of my hand first to make it a little bit slanted so that at the top of the slant I have the kind of point to it, so it makes it easier for me to apply. Because this is one of those like auto pencils where it's not really easy to make really small fine lines. And for this, I'm literally just following the natural shape of how my eyelid goes. So following the line from inner corner to outer, and like imagining a line that goes outwards and extending, I'm just creating that line. And then I'm also extending the inner corner of my eye. Be careful with this because this part can go wrong very fucking quickly. You're only putting like millimeters of eyeliner. Now see, I wish I had done this with a fucking like gel liner, liquid liner or something. Because I feel like the pencil's too blunt for the inner corner, but we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that. And then I'm lining the upper waterline, but really only, for me, really only here. If your eyes are bigger and you can see like the upper waterline, then you definitely want to go throughout the entire waterline. But for me, I just go here because I feel like it's the only part you can see when you're looking straight ahead. And I feel like lining the upper waterline all the way up to here is really uncomfortable, so I'm not even gonna fucking bother. I think it's really important to keep in mind that with these idol looks, a mistake that a lot of people make is that they think they're lining the actual upper lash line, but that's not the case. I don't think, especially boy idols, they never line the upper lash line. In general, with a lot of Koreans, they'll line the upper, actually, just the waterline. Just to add thickness to the upper lash line. Because if you start putting eyeliner on the top lash line, then it'll be a completely different look. So I'm going to skip mascara because I prefer my lashes to just be straight across. If you want to add a little bit of mascara to add a bit of a tint to your lashes, then you can do that. But for now, I'm just going to move on to... actually, I bought this thinking I would use it. Let me just use it. It's the Magic Lumi highlighter from L'Oreal. Now, I know a lot of people use this as a concealer, but I think it's supposed to be a highlighter. So I'm gonna add a little bit on the tops of my cheeks. I don't think this will make much difference, to be honest, so you can just totally skip this stuff if you want. Because even when I was swatching it on my hand, it's kind of, even for a highlighter, kind of lackluster, to be honest with you. But if you didn't powder your skin and you want a bit of highlight, see the tops of the cheeks are really natural looking one, then you can probably use that one, I guess. Now time for lips. Originally I was going to show you a look, how I create sort of like a really easy lip gradient where your lips look like they're glowing. But this color that I got from CoverGirl, Guavalicious number 400, is not, like in the tube I thought it would be okay. It's a little bit more bright on camera. It's more of like a light, dusty, rosy pink, but on my lips it was way too bright. So for now, either try to find like a different shade. What I do is I'll apply lip balm on my lips, and then using a lip brush or even just straight from the bullet, I'll tap it in the center of the lips, and having that lip balm there will help it create the gradient easier, and it will make your lips look like they're glowing. I've had that look on in a few videos before, but for now I'm just going to use this Etude House water tint because it's drugstore price, am I right? It's like $4, but this color is really strong, so I need to... Oh my, what the f- See, even on camera, it's so fucking bright. This is not what it's supposed to look like, y'all. Fuck it, let me just use a different one. Did y'all know that these, there's some Pony Effect products available on Forever 21 now? Now you know. Or honestly, you can just put lip balm on them. You can completely skip the lips. So there's a completed look, a really quick, easy, idol-inspired look using just drugstore products. If you're interested in any of the stuff that I use, make sure you check below because I always link everything. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat and Instagram and Beauty Beast and Africa TV as well. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Lost souls, oh the light left behind. In the dark we found